Okay.
Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, turn the toes out, heels in, rise up, horse riding stance. Lift through your chest as we sink a little deeper. Big breath in and out. Lift those ankles, or those heels, excuse me. Flex those ankles, lift the heels, sinking even deeper. Feel the strength build in those quadriceps. Heels come down, hands float down all the way up. Big breath in and out. Standing back bend, look for the space behind us. Exhale, forward fold. All right, pivot on those feet, low lunge. So we have our left foot back, our right foot out front. As we release the back knee to the floor, uncurl the toe, press the top of the foot into the mat. Shift the hips back, rounding over this front leg. Now, those of you who have been doing yoga for a while, you can go ahead and take it all the way back. If you have knee issues, this is probably not a good idea, okay? You decide what works best for you. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, hold it here. Walk the hands up the front thigh. Take the knee towards the toe. Press into the hip flexor. This is also a place for those of you who've been practicing to try those splits. Inhale, V the arms. Look for the space behind you. Pressing into this hip flexor on the left side. Then release those hands to the mat, curl the back toe under, lift the knee. Take your right foot back, three-legged down dog, extending all the way towards the ceiling. Now, this top leg, right leg, bring it forward, keep it off the floor, take it under your left arm, then pivot on your foot and release all the way up to the ceiling. Bring that top arm down, extend that right leg back up, and as we shift forward, we'll come into that pigeon. Make sure your ankle and knee are in line. As we sink into that back left hip flexor, walk those hands forward. Then walk those hands in, peel the chest up. Draw the shoulders down and back. Now you can stay here if you like. The back heel can float forward. You can connect with either hand or both hands. As we press the hand and foot together, feel that in the hips and the hip flexor. Big breath in and out. Then as we slowly and gently release, back toe curls under, knee lifts, return to down dog. Shift forward to plank position. Now we're going to come right back to plank as we chaturanga down, hover, push straight back up. You can put your knees down. One more time. Chaturanga down, hover, push straight back up. Walk your hips high, big breath in and out. So go ahead and pick up that left leg. Take your left leg. Step forward and through. Release the back knee to the mat, uncurl the toe, top of the foot into the floor. Shift the hips back, round over that front leg. Remember, you can take it all the way down. If you have knee problems, might not be a good choice. Shift the weight forward, walk your hands up. Remember, if you did your split on the other side, this would be the time to do your split again. Knee pushes forward, back hip flexor pushes forward, hands rise. Big breath in, hands float back down to the mat. Back toe curls under, knee rises. Left foot shoots back all the way to the ceiling. Now, left knee comes forward. We're going to push that foot under the right arm, pivot, reach for the ceiling. Top arm comes down, three-legged down dog. Coming forward, knee comes towards face. Pigeon pose, knee and ankle in line, place it on the mat, sink into your back hip flexor. Arms come forward. Slowly and gently rise up, walk the hands in, hands are under shoulders. If you like, you can stay right here. Our back heel comes forward, maybe connecting hand to foot. Either hand or both hands. Then as we release, curl that back toe under, lift that knee, return to down dog. Big breath in, float forward, flat body plank. Remember, you can come to your knees, chaturanga down, hover, push straight back up. Knees are an option. Chaturanga down, hover, push straight back up. Big breath in and out. Now as we all bring our knees to the mat, float back to child's pose with extended arms. Inhale, rise to hands and knees. Exhale, place the elbow where the hands are. Forearm to the mat. As we look back at our toes, we'll curl those toes under. Walk those feet forward. Try not to sink your shoulders into your ears. Big breath in and out. Release those knees to the mat. Uncurl the toes, round up to the hands, and begin to move through cat and cow. And then relax. Hands come towards the knees, gently roll up. Now remember, we hinge from here, from the knee joint. You can keep the body flat. You don't have to add any arch in the back. Hands will support the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the chin and chest. Go back as far as you like. Now, if you like to add the arch in the back, you can lift the chin and chest towards the ceiling. You can also bring the hands towards the ankles. You decide what works best for you. Then as we slowly and gently release, hands come to the mat, curl the toes under, release in down dog. Release the knees to the mat. Replace the hands with the elbows. One more time. Forearms on the mat. Look back at your toes. Curl the toes under. Knees up. You don't have to straighten them. You can stay here. Or you can walk them closer. No weight in the neck or head. Release those knees to the mat. Look up. Walk those hands up. Take a big breath in and out. Begin to move through cat and cow. Curl the toes under, lift into down dog. Now take your feet a little bit wider than down dog. I take it outside of my mat. Walk your hands back, bend your knees, elbows come to the thighs as we come into yogi squat. This is option 1. Those of you who have been taking class, you know option 2 and 3. You can simply stay here. You can put your hands forward, coming into balancing crow by letting the toes come up off the floor. You can go into tripod. If you would like to do that, this is the time to do it. Then as we all come back together, bring those hands to the mat, walk those hands forward, and return to down dog. As we hold down dog this time, let's just lower the heels, pedal those feet, and relax. As we shift forward to plank, lower down to the mat, relax. Bring those hands forward, tops of the feet touch the floor. As we prepare for locust, bring the big toes together, lifting those legs up from the hip joint. Reach the feet to the wall behind you. Keep the belly tight, try to keep the head down. Try not to use the upper back. From the waist to the bottoms of the feet. Then release. Take a big breath in, reach up, hands float back. This time use the upper back, try to keep the feet anchored, and reach back. Then as we bring our head down, let our hands rest, turn so that your right ear cheekbone can touch the floor, and relax into the floor. Big breath in, rise back up. Full locust here. Bottoms of the feet and the hands reach for the space behind you. Belly in tight. Then as you relax, turn so your left ear cheekbone can touch the floor. Let yourself rest into the mat. Inhale, rise back up to locust. Now, if you want, and you have like that hyperextension of the spine, you can bring those hands and feet together into bow, lifting up. Remember, if you want to connect the hands and feet and stay flat, simply press the hands and feet together. You'll feel it in the front side of your body through the quadriceps, and you don't have to add that arch in the back. You decide what works best for you. Belly tight, try not to bear down into the floor. Then release. Hands come in line with the chest, press up through the hands and knees. Sit back in child's pose. Let the hands float all the way back to the feet. Forehead on the mat, weight of the body sinking down through the shins. Inhale, I want you to lift your hips and look at your toes. So the top of the head touches the floor, palms of the hands face up. Increase flexibility, range of motion through the cervical spine. Increase oxygen flow to the brain. And release back. Inhale, lift one more time. And release back. Slide those hands forward. Inhale, rise to hands and knees. Exhale, hold it here. Now I want you to pick up the hand closest to the screen, which would be your left hand. It's going to thread the needle behind the right. The shoulder or the back of the head will come to the floor. The right hand will rise and will come to the center of the back. Then as we release, let that hand come over the top of the head. Walk your fingertips forward. Slide your hand back. Lift all the way up. So we return to hands and knees and we'll reverse directions. So right hand lifts up off the floor. Right hand goes behind left. Left shoulder back of the head comes to the floor and you look for the ceiling. Left hand rises up. Hand comes to the center of the back. Top arm comes to the floor, reaching over the top of the head. Then as we slide it back in, press up to hands and knees. Take a big breath in and out. Hips come to the floor. Let's swing those legs around front. Slide those hips and heels together. As we inhale, create a flat back, lift the chin to the ceiling. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. This time, inhale, get that flat back going. Lift those heels up off the floor. Balancing boat pose. Now you can continue to hold on. You can release the hands, you can keep the knees bent, you can keep the feet on the floor. Whatever works best for you. Don't round the spine. Spine and chest is lifted. And as we flex the ankles, feet come to the floor, hands go behind. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Drive the weight from the shoulders through the wrist. As you lift up through the chest, the hips will rise. Weight is equally distributed in both hands and both feet. Slowly lower down. Take those legs straight out in front. Flex those ankles, toes towards the shin. Walk those hands forward. Draw the shoulders down. Find that stack posture. Back straight, belly tight. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. We'll hinge from the waist, reaching forward, and then sliding back. Hinge forward, and then slide back. Hands come behind, reverse plank, hips rise. And release. So you'll see how my fingertips are facing outward. This posture you often see in books and pictures, fingertips facing forward, which is awesome. However, if you have shoulder issues like I do, that can bother my shoulders, so I just simply turn my hands out to the side. As we bend the knees, flex the ankles. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, roll down. Reach over the top of the head. Reach back up towards the ceiling, roll back up. We're going to do that 3 or 4 more times at your own pace. If you can't go down and get back up, then don't go all the way down. Go halfway down. We're going to do one more. And then we're going to bring ourselves all the way down to the mat, knees into the chest. Reaching behind the knees, maybe rock from side to side. As we flex the ankles, let the feet come to the floor, hip width apart. Remember your hips are right here on the front of the body. Pull the belly in, tuck the lower back into the floor. Hips rise up into that bridge posture. Now think about pressing through the bottoms of your feet, but drive the weight from your hips through your quadriceps down into your feet, pressing through the bottoms of the feet. Belly tight, pelvis tucked under. Slowly lower down. Lift those heels towards the ceiling. Rotate out those ankles. Shake out those legs. Then bring those knees into the chest. As we tee the arms out to the side, squeeze the inner thighs together, and we're rolling over onto the right hip as you turn and look towards your left hand. Keep your shoulders on the mat. Come back to center and over to the other side. Come back to center. One last time. Open up those feet. Push the bottoms of the feet together. Butterfly those legs. Coming into happy baby, maybe rocking from side to side. Release those feet down to the floor. So go ahead and walk those legs straight out. Gently shake out those legs. Allow the hips to relax. Rotate out through the wrist. Maybe shake out those arms. Let the palms of the hands face upward. Take a big breath in. Close the eyes. Feel yourself sink into the mat. So I want you to close your eyes, wiggle your nose, stick out your tongue, make funny faces. As you lie on the floor, try to release tension from the jaw, from the eyes, from the mouth, from the shoulders and the neck. And then as we release that tension, I want you to take a big breath in, almost envision yourself being lifted up off the floor. And then as you exhale, float back down to the floor and rest heavy into the mat. So as we take a moment just to rest into the floor, I want you to take that big breath in, almost like you're floating off the floor. And as you get off the floor, pausing the breath for just a moment, hovering. And then as you exhale, coming back down to the mat, releasing into the floor. Once you relax into the floor, take another pause in the breath. So with that 4-part breathing, inhale. Pause at the top. Exhale. Pause at the bottom. Inhale. And exhale. So as your attention's drawn to the breath, I want you to keep in mind that any moment throughout your day, you can stop, close the eyes, focus on the breath, and find this moment of peace or quiet. Letting all your attention be drawn inward to that breath. And then as you take your next breath, go ahead and roll over onto your right hip and right shoulder. And just let the weight of your body sink into that right hip and right shoulder. And then when you're ready, using your hands as support, I want you to bring yourself up to a seated position, connecting those hips into the mat, allowing the hands to rest onto the thighs, allowing the shoulders to relax, and just finding your best upright posture, closing the eyes. Bringing ourselves upward, and then allowing our attention once again to be drawn to that breath. Feeling the rise and the fall. And then as we slowly let the hands rise to heart center prayer position. Palms of the hands connect right at the heart, taking a few more big breaths in and out. So remembering once again, as you move throughout your day, if you need to take a break or a breath, close your eyes and return to that pause in the breath, remembering where you were just a few minutes ago. So we at the YMCA are going to continue to bring the virtual classes. Make sure you're checking our website at imdymca.org, checking our Facebook page. We're offering all types of classes for everyone, from yoga to total body conditioning to 30 and 30 minutes. So a lot of variety. Grab your family, spend some time together, spend some time with us here at the Y. We thank you for supporting us, and we hope we're supporting you. We're looking forward to seeing you again soon, and once again, have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Joy at the Jordan YMCA, and namaste.